today's session, and thanks for turning up on time. Before we get started, I just want to make sure that we've all got no injuries or illnesses I need to know about. All good. See, you both got your appropriate trainers on, really good. Both got water bottles with you, good. So if you need to take a drink throughout the session, just go and grab it. I will give you regular intervals throughout the session where you can just go and get some fluids on board, okay? So before we get started with the warm-up, I'm just going to run through what we're going to do in today's session. So today we're going to focus on some broad jumps, in particular how we're landing on these jumps, and then we're going to move on to some chest push passes. So we'll start with football, providing that we're doing that all okay, we'll move on to a med ball. Once we've done all that, then we'll jump into a running session, which I'll explain later on in the session. Okay? Cool. Okay guys, so this part of the session we're going to be doing our broad jumps. First of all, we're going to start with some standing broad jumps. We're not going forward, we're just going up. So I'm just going to show you a demonstration first. So face on first. Okay, so can anybody tell me what I was doing on the landing in particular? So bottom half.
Bending the knees.
Bending my knees, yeah, very good. Anything else?
Landing on both feet.
Landing on both feet, yeah. Was I landing on my forefoot? Or was I landing more flat foot towards the heels?
More flat foot.
Yeah, exactly, more flat foot towards the heels. So those 2 points, so that's what I want to focus on when you're doing the jumps. So landing on the heels, and bending the knees on the landing, so absorbing that impact on the landing, okay? So what I'm going to do is one of you on each hand. So I want you to practice this. I'll say 10 jumps each first, just get a feel of it. Don't rush each jump, take a couple of seconds in between each jump, it's not a plyometric, so whenever you're ready, have a go. Good. Good. Okay, so we both done 10 jumps each there. Okay, so a couple of things I was noticing you both do. So on the landing, some of us are taking a step forward, so just absorbing that impact on landing was a bit uneven when we landed. Another thing wasn't to do with the legs this time, but we weren't using our arms. So use the arms to propel us up in the air. Okay? So I want you to just have another go. Just remember those 2 points. Just do 5 each. Take your time. Remember to bend those knees on landing. Good. Okay, so now we've done those, we're going to progress that into a standing broad jump in order to gain some distance. Okay? So I'm going to demonstrate from here. And I'll go forward and you as well. Okay. So taking those same 2 points, it's basically a squat on impact, okay? So again, on those last ones, we weren't really getting down very low. Let's think of like a cat-like landing, so trying to make it as silent as possible on the landing, okay? So give it a go, let's see how it goes. We'll do 3 each. Let's see. Good, just walk it back. Good, okay, so how do you both think that went? We'll start with you, for example, think that went.
A lot better.
Yeah? Do you think there was anything, sorry?
Bending the knees more.
Bending the knees more, yeah. Is there anything you think you could have been better on that?
Use my arms. Again, balls.
Using the arms, yeah, good. One thing I noticed again, both of you doing is on that landing, you're really trying to stick the landing. We were taking that extra step or just sliding a little bit on landing. So really trying to stick that landing, okay? Actually, you know, anything more work on that?
I felt myself landing on my toes rather than
Yeah.
my heels.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, brilliant. So what do you think you can do to correct that on these next jumps?
Maybe just try to swing as far.
Yeah.
Coming down more on my heels.
Yeah, brilliant.
Absorbing shock on my knees.
Cool. Okay, so we'll do another round of that. Just try and keep those points in the back of your mind, and let's have another round, okay? Whenever you're ready. Good, very good. Good. Okay guys, so that practice went really well, so now we're going to take those technical points and we're going to have a little competition between each other, okay? So now we're really jumping for distance. So I'm going to take a cone each. Go, good cone, good cone. And upon your landing, just pop the cone next to your foot, return to the white line, and then you can have another go and then you can progress it further and move the cone further, okay? So we're going to have 4 jumps each and we'll see who jump furthest. Okay? Yeah. Got one. Brilliant. Okay. So whenever you're ready, you remember those technical points that we gave in the introduction. Good. Good. Well done, Chris. Nice, actually. Sit close. That's 2 jumps each. 2 more each. Ooh, unlucky, Chris. Good. Slight progression. All down to this last jump. Oh, slightly further. Good. Well done. Really well done. One. Okay, so how do you both think that went? Good?
Good.
Yeah?
I felt like when I was pushing myself that maybe I was not landing as well. So I need to probably just work on my landing.
Yeah? Is there anything you think you could do upon landing that would help your balance?
Going to bend my knees a bit more.
Yeah? Can you put something in the knees a bit more? I think for you actually, when you're going a bit further, I think sticking the arms right out in front of you would have helped stabilise the landing a little bit. But overall that was really, really good. Seeing bent knees on landing, which is what we wanted at the start of the session. And I'm not seeing too much landing on our 4 foot, but landing on the balls of our feet and heels. So that was very good. Okay. So next week we'll just continue to work on that, and maybe we'll introduce some arm action as well. Okay guys, now we're going to move on to a push part. So we're going to do a chest push part today. Okay, does anybody have any technical points they know of from any chest parts?
Elbows high.
Elbows high, yeah, really good. So elbows nice and high when we extend that. Okay, any other ones? No, so let's think about posture. What are we going to be hunched over when we have our elbows high? Or are we going to be nice and tall? Yeah, exactly. So just imagine the balloon touch your head, pulling you up nice and tall, straight back, high elbows, and then you're going to extend out and push your ball. Okay? What launch trajectory do you think that we want to achieve when we're releasing the ball?
About 20 degrees.
20 degrees? Yeah, yeah, so around 40 to 50 degrees would be optimal, okay? So I'll just give you a quick demonstration, so if you want to just come around the side and you can see. just wipe home and have a go from here. I don't expect you to catch it, but obviously you're going to have to put a little bit more force in to reach the wall at a 45-degree angle, okay? So let's have a go. I'll give you another 45 seconds. When you're ready. Good. Okay guys, so that went really well. So now we're going to progress it a little bit. It's going to be a little bit more difficult. We're going to progress to the med balls here. So it's going to be exactly the same thing. We're going to focus on those high elbows still. Launch trajectory of about 45, 50 degrees. And we're going to try and maintain that full posture. It's going to be a little bit more difficult now because you're going to have to put a lot more force in, which can make you a little bit more unsteady and lean forward. So really try. If you need to widen the stance a little bit, that's absolutely fine, just to maintain that full posture nice and straight. Okay? So I'll give you a demonstration of the medical first. I'd like to come around to the side, as you can see. Okay, so now I'm going to let you guys have a go. So we're going to try and throw the balls at exactly the same time, or roughly the same time, and we're only going to retrieve the ball when both of you have thrown, okay? Yeah, so when are we going to retrieve the ball? Okay, so let's have a go. About 1 minute practice. Good. Okay, really good. You just pop the balls back there. Good. Okay, so did anybody notice anything that felt a little bit off when we were throwing the ball there?
Pushing my body into it.
Yeah. So elbows are both really, really good. Elbows nice and high, but because now we're going to generate a lot more power, there was a lot of leaning, and there was a little bit of falling forward, taking that big step forward. Okay? So this time, we're just going to make it a little bit easier. So we're going to start in a split stance squat, and we're going to keep those high elbows and just do exactly the same throw, okay? So 45 degrees, high elbows, but this time that split squat, just so we're not falling over, okay? So after each one, if it's okay, try and bring it in a little bit until we're back into that nice full posture with shoulder width apart, okay? So let's give it a go. Good. We can try and alternate that lean leg as well. Good. Really good. So 2 more throws each. Last one. Brilliant. Really good. So just pop the balls back and come in. Okay, so did we notice a difference after we changed to that split stance squat at all?
Yeah, a bit more solid.
jump? Did it feel harder?
Felt different.
Different? Yeah, different. Easier, harder?
Harder.
Harder. Yeah. I would expect it to be harder than that lead leg forward, just a little bit more unnatural, but that's something we'll practice in future weeks, okay? Yeah, very good session. Well done.
So I just wanted to give a reflection upon the session that I just delivered to Chris and Adam. So I'll start with some of the good things that I saw the athletes do today. I think that they both enjoyed the session. This is my first time with them, so it did take a little bit of time to just build into the session, build some rapport, get to know where their ability level is currently at, and then build on from the session from there. Some deficiencies that I picked up, especially in the broad jump, was that the landing upon impact was pretty stiff. There was not much bend at the knees. It did slowly progress throughout the session, but definitely still needs some work. So definitely some physical prep needs work, especially squatting upon that impact. There wasn't much bend at the knees, so I think that definitely needs to be worked upon in future weeks, paired with some physical prep, as I say. Then we moved on to the chest press pass, which I think, again, both demonstrated a really good chest press pass when we used the football. When we progressed to the med ball, did show some deficiencies in strength there as they needed to apply more force. The body started to wobble a bit, the brace position wasn't very strong, hence why I moved to that split squat stance throughout the session, and then tried to bring them back to a shoulder width or a steady stance. Some of the things that I could have worked upon the session was definitely some demonstration. I think my demonstration went quite well with the broad jump. I gave 2 different angles, I did the silent demonstration. However, when I did a demonstration for the chest press pass, I only gave 1 angle. I think that was because I didn't want to throw the ball down the sports hall. However, I could have just turned to the side, showed the action without throwing the ball, and give that other angle for the athletes to view. Another thing that definitely needs to put some work upon is sharing the aim of the session, especially upon starting each unit. Give them a goal of what I want to see by the end of the session, or at the end of the unit at least. So for the broad jumps, I wanted to see 4 consecutive jumps with a steady, safe landing, flat feet, bend at the knees. However, I didn't share that with them. So definitely next time, that's something I need to work on. Another thing is maybe some of my feedback. I think I probably didn't give enough positive feedback whilst they were performing because I was trying to observe them in multiple positions. So maybe giving a little bit more feedback. I did ask some open questions, which I think got the boys thinking, which was good. But yeah, definitely some things to work on for next week.